The pistol is a great start for the TSM side. Straight to triple FAMAS here, so they're not going to be relying on the nades. They just want to rely on the aim duels there with the superior weaponry. Obviously, distance will come into that with the Tech 9s in play. Some CZ, P250s as well, and the Deagle for the Brazilian side. So TSM will have to be careful on their approach. You can see Luminosity playing the waiting game here, so for TSM's sake, I hope they're not impatient. Because if they start to push and look for information, then they might get themselves a bit too close for comfort.
So a lot of patience here for Luminosity, and that's good. I mean, you've got time to kill. Why not try to kill some time, maybe bait out an aggressive move, get a free frag. And there are some teams that that do go for some of these misplays. So this is Luminosity's time to catch a misplay. But time is starting to run a little bit low, and TSM have essentially made the statement, you know, we've got discipline here. We're just going to wait for you to make the move. We're going to try to force you into our advantages. And here you go. Luminosity try to take those advantages away with the smokes, but nice push there. Twistzz getting in from a fantastic angle. Good execution on the frags, and only one player is lost. So all in all, a nicely held onto round by TSM. They won't lose anything there, and that's going to be really nice for their bank, which is great, because we want to see the AWP in play ASAP on TSM. I mean, it wouldn't be TSM without SEMPHIS running around, being a madman with the AWP.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the story of SEMPHIS teams since Cloud9, I think. It's just about SEMPHIS being the impact player with the AWP, and if he's not showing up, then their game is probably lost. So far so good. FNX just charging into the drop zone there. Twistzz goes down pretty quickly, but TSM are putting the numbers in their favor. 2 people down there, but the bomb has been lost by the T side, and that's going to be pretty important. Fallen's picked up a FAMAS, but he's got no Kevlar. So the final 2 players, excuse me, should get cut down pretty solidly.
There we go. Only 2 players down, so overall 3 from 2 rounds, not too bad here for TSM. And now they'll be looking into getting the AWP into play. Come on, SEMPHIS by the AWP. Yes, there it is. Not going to hold on to the MP7. Would definitely be an argument for that in this round, but I think it's much better to give Luminosity the full respect. Because obviously, if you do keep onto that MP7, try to play economically and try to win this round instead of picking up the AWP in that way, then against a lesser team, you could actually make an argument for it, but that's not a corner you can cut against Luminosity. You need all the firepower against these AKs, and that's said for Luminosity. They don't have much in the way of grenades here, so when they actually start to move into a play, when they actually start to take some serious control of one portion of the map and use grenades to do that, they're very committed, because after that point, they're not going to have any grenades left to get onto a bomb site. And here we go. Looks like they're going to start to poke and pry into the drop area, but nobody there just yet.
Timing push here from the CTs. 2-man spray doesn't really work out for the side. I think that was a 3rd guy coming in there with a very aggressive Molotov, which will slow the pace down for a little while. And they'll try and use that to boost up. Oh, fair. He's just waiting for it, but doesn't see the boost coming up in the flames.
Yeah, we need to see whether they can actually just create something here with raw aim, raw skills, due to the fact that there's no nades left. That's pretty much what you got to work with, and not many teammates left to trade with at this point either. So just got to get those raw frags. And there's one from FNX by the drop zone. 3 versus 4 now for Luminosity as they try to get something done. So far, TSM holding pretty damn well, actually. Only 1 player down so far. SEMPHIS is on the AWP, he's still alive, and they're still holding onto the site. There's the rotation from SEMPHIS now. He'll be making his way in. And there we go, Cold. Waiting for the perfect moment here, but he's a bit pinned down. 3 players lurking. Nice little snap there onto SEMPHIS. That's the AWP out of the picture. 2 more players to go here for Cold, and he will get taken out by Twistzz. Again, well held by TSM. They're doing a pretty efficient job, generally speaking, on these buy rounds, and they haven't faltered to the force buy, but we will have a bit of a quasi here from Luminosity, so they still need to try and keep that discipline going. Make sure that they don't give up any of those advantages and just keep that discipline all the way through the match. That would be great to see, because they have a good advantage to play from at this point. They don't have to create an advantage. They already have one because their economy is so good. And here we go. Quick B play from Luminosity is the call. But will they be able to pick anything up? Last time, it was Twistzz who was able to stop this. Who will it be this time, if anyone?
CT's moving up the scoreboard pretty quickly here, and they're doing well to not lose any players on this occasion. Nice trade coming in. That's the bomb as well. And that is pretty much round over. 2 players lost for the CTs. They will take that. Not going to be an issue for them. So let's have a look. 5-0 very quickly here for TSM. Luminosity are going to be back on the buy, going to keep up that economical pressure. TSM are not running away with the cash just yet. But again, against, I would say, a heavily favoured Luminosity, this is a superb start for TSM so far. We've got Fallen on a big green gun, but he's got no helmet, which is, well, it might be a bit of a problem for him. We'll have to see how it works out. There are no AKs on this team, so against Fallen, those 4... Sorry, there is 1 AK actually, so there's 3 CT rifles become AKs. Should Fallen go up against them, as far as his head is concerned. You see SEMPHIS looking over. This is a very alternative angle actually to the ones you normally see from CT in that position. Again, the timing peak here from TSM and Luminosity just waiting for it. TSM repeating previous behavior. Very risky way to play, perhaps, no flashes or otherwise. There we go, Sick gets taken down by Fur, who's moved into the drop zone. So this round not really working out for TSM so far.
Fulham's got the reads there on the peaks, and they're catching rotations. They are just letting TSM walk into their own demise. And this is going to be pretty ridiculous if TSM can even get any frags out of this. Autimatic, he actually will pick up a frag, and he's got 22 points of health there. And oh wow, Autimatic gets a second one, sorry, even on such low HP, so somehow finding positive engagements, but finally Fallen will silence him. A nice quad kill, just a very easy, very almost lackadaisical kind of 4K there. I'm just gonna sit on this angle, just bunny over here. It's very easy stuff there for Fallen. That's the first round that's been posted now by Luminosity. So, for a T-sided map, TSM have done a great job so far, and they'll only need a single eco, and then they can buy again. And they could have actually have had 5 Amos's this round if they wanted to, but they have decided not to do that, which I think is very smart. Obviously, you need to have that up on SEMPHIS. I think again, you got to give respect to Luminosity, and when you do commit to a round, you gotta have all the guns. Here we go, another anti-eco coming in. This time for Luminosity into that B bomb site. Things not looking too easy so far.
There was a knife attempt from TSM there as well, and in event they won 5 rounds, but after losing 1 straight on the eco. There is some potential to get 1 more frag hit, and things are going to become really problematic. Oh, is the bomb going to get planted safely here? And Autimatic. It was close to the corner, but couldn't do it. So 1 versus 2. He's got 18 bullets, so this is very doable for him. And there are many angles for these Ts to cover. Fallen and Cole looking in the same place at the same time. Sick is looking the wrong way. That could have gone. Sorry, Autimatic is. His name is a bit of a mess over there. Well, TSM back on the buy, but it will be a limited buy for them. I mean, drop zone appears to be a problem there. The way they're trying to hold it is a bit indecisive in the fact that they're kind of abandoning it and then running in there with a 2-man peak. Like, even if you trade that, it's not really to your advantage, where it's hard to hold Cobblestone with 5 CT players, let alone 4. We'll see how things continue. I believe they have a substitute coach in, which doesn't make any sense to me. Like, for me, either you have a coach or you don't. If you have a sub for your coach, what is he going to do? I don't understand. I
don't know really. I don't know.
How that works?
I'm not sure.
We have a substitute
It might just
coach.
be like, we have a friend.
He's going to sit on the server.
He's going to sit on the server.
He's looking for drops.
Yeah, it could just be that. But we'll talk about that a little bit more later. Here, first engagement towards long will be won by FNS actually. So the defense here is going to work out at the start, and this is really weird right now because the bomb is on the A side, and these 2 players for TSM are still on the A side of the map here. They're in mid and they're in danger and so on. This is really weird. Nice snap there from Fallen to take down one of them, but there's still another one. Do they realize this? Well, they've just eliminated him as well. So looks like Luminosity have the reads. So they got the information perhaps that the players were there. Were able to just bypass them, get the bomb down, and circle back to get the frags. And now it's just going to be Twistzz trying to save the AWP for SEMPHIS. But Luminosity starting the comeback trail pretty strong. If they're able to survive with 4 players this round, their money's good too. So they're going to start to hit a stride, and they're going to force an eco behind this AWP, I do believe. This will be the 2nd loss in a row, I think, for TSM. We can quickly check this. Okay, well, guess never mind. We'll see in a moment.
Yeah, it is going to be the 2nd loss in a row.
So yeah, I doubt they'll have anything in the bank really. Just 2K on all the players. It's going to be pretty tough to work with. Save needs to come in. But the AWP is there, and SEMPHIS can hold on to that. The interesting thing about Cobblestone AWP is that what they could actually do is put SEMPHIS on the A side. Because in some maps, it's not really... it's not that feasible to put the AWP in a spot where he can save somewhat consistently in this round, because obviously you don't really want to force behind that AWP, but you do want it into the next round. So how do you do that? How do you have impact? Well, put SEMPHIS on the A side of the map. I was going to say maybe play a little bit defensively, but he's just going to go straight in to the aggressive peak. They want to win this round, it would seem. So, wow, there you go. autimatic, you picked up the AWP of SEMPHIS. He's going to pick up a kill as well. Doing SEMPHIS proud. So, we'll have to see whether or not in this 4 vs 4 situation, Luminosity can actually cleanly take a round. A bomb site, rather, into a round. Because this is scary right now. There's a lot of time is starting to slow down right now. As Luminosity is starting to try to get the clipboards out, do some information finding, and as Twistzz up on the 2 position will fall off there after the frag. So this looks pretty grim right now for TSM's hopes if they had hoped to really accomplish much more. And where is that AWP? Is that recoverable for FNS? Oh, there it is. Oh, the bait is baiting it. Oh no.
Oh.
He had to
Little fishy swimming in the pond. They got hit by a rocket. That's an awful way to die. So Luminosity catching up with the score now. That's 4 rounds in a row for them. So TSM off to a great pistol. Then 2 buy rounds. Here comes another buy round for them. Of course, SEMPHIS, big green gun. Helmets distinctly lacking from the TSM side. Not that it would matter unless the pistols come out for Luminosity. So I think SEMPHIS is going over towards the B bomb site on this occasion. We previously saw him over towards A looking through the door, where there are 3 players from Luminosity. However, this is a default, so we can't really read too much into where they're looking to go. You can see the bomb is over towards the drop zone at present. So no real indication as to where Luminosity might head with their numbers, but they're getting close to A long actually. But again, TSM are playing passive, so it will take time to clear should they choose to clear it. That flashbang may give off some, I think it's autimatic there. He should hear these sounds and that might cause a bit of a rotation. You can see FNS going over towards the long A area as well. And you can see, now this is a completely different way. Twistzz is holding the drop zone like that, compared to where they were double picking before. I mean, if like that is extremely dangerous basically. It seems that TSM aren't really sure how they should hold the drop zone, because if somebody jumps through and then moves to A, I don't think he even sees them there. And either way, autimatic will get the first kill, but FNS is going to get wrecked by Fallen.
Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it? Just the hang time there, the bullet time mode for Fallen. Oh, the shadow. I feel bad for Taco there. Shadow giving away.
Gimmick stat.
Now it's going to be pretty interesting here, because this is with a player in A long still for the CT side for TSM. They have real options here to actually retake the bomb side. The bomb's yet to be planted. Twistzz will go down there. That's unfortunate for TSM that he gets caught without a frag. Limited damage onto Cold as well. So here comes Fallen there on the angle. Boom, there it is. It's a quick scope into a frag, and SEMPHIS will catch the back of Fallen. So actually creating an opportunity now for the team back in here. Nice shot there onto Cold. Just leaving one more left, and autimatic, who was lurking for a very long time, will pick that one up, and the round will actually be secured here by TSM, but it was not without its costs. And Luminosity have had quite a streak back in this one, and this means that TSM, there is a high degree of fragility to their current situation and their money and so on.
Yeah, you can see Luminosity can keep up the pressure with little problem on the T side. So bearing in mind that's the first round TSM have won in 5. If Luminosity can break them again, then the good start may lead to a bad finish here for the American side, the North American side, should I say, since both are technically American there. Lots of nades here for both teams. And again, we've got SEMPHIS going over towards B as opposed to A, which has been taken up by FNS for the time being. But again, I'm just curious as to how the approach of TSM towards the drop. See, again, this is their drop hold. He can't even see. I mean, maybe he's relying on hearing a sound of them falling into drop, because I'm pretty sure he can't see them go into connector towards A.
I think teammate is covering the approach into B from drop, and he's kind of just allowing, and just relying on sound cues. So pretty risky hold, but It's not going to matter this round as the push comes in straight from Luminosity now into the mid area towards the A side. What are they going to do? These CPs, they're scrambling. SEMPHIS, the shotgun up onto Fur, and now it's going to be difficult here for both sides. You know, difficult to actually hold with these shots, but also hard for Luminosity to break the defense. It's a bit awkward here. Some of these engagements. Look at this, just looking left and right there. Kory able to pick up one FNX as well. Nade's going in, and now all of a sudden, Luminosity look to be favored in this situation, but there's still one player in the site. He's now dead. Automatic's gone. So is Sick. And what you gonna do? Bomb is down, and that's gonna be the round. 6 rounds to TSM. Luminosity straight back with another one, resetting their economy, putting them in dire straits. And as you say, this is where Luminosity start to really take control of this first half.
The straits are dire indeed. A few pistols coming out. Bit of extra money spent there by Sick. Fur with the Mac 10, so we'll see if he's the point man. And will this be another fast drop? It seems it will be, but just to get a one shot here, and indeed he'll get a shot eventually. I think it was a bit expected, the straight push into the drop zone there. I'd like to see it from Luminosity. I think at this point it's hard for him to have the read as to how TSM are playing the drop, because they haven't been doing much harassment there when both teams have had a bye. But if they knew that, I think that would be exploited a lot in the coming rounds. So 3 versus 2, and a bit of well, FNS playing games versus a sniper rifle. Looks like he lost the game. So it's automatic with no picked up weapons, nothing to save.
It's a pretty one-sided game.
It is slightly unfair, Dan. Slightly unfair indeed.
It's like when I play Pictionary. Can't draw anything, James. Can't draw.
You're not an illustrator, Dan.
What?
You're not one for illustration.
No.
I'm not sure how to console you, Dan. I hope you had no dreams of illustration.
No, not particularly.
Okay, good. We're good then. No tissues required. 6-6.
I know the word for tissue in Swedish.
What's that?
It's or I think maybe it's like a brand of tissues. It's Nasdaq.
Nasdaq.
It's like a D-U-K, I think, at the end.
Okay.
Nasdaq.
I don't know the word for tissue.
I also know the word for crying.
The word for tissue in American, Dan,
Swedish
is Kleenex. Because America. All right, so
well, we do that too. We say Hoover instead of vacuum cleaner.
We do.
And they say vacuum cleaner, so gotta be fair here.
Gotta be fair, yeah.
Gotta be fair.
Fair is fair. That's fair. TSM on the eco again, looking to lose the lead now. The lead that they've been desperate to hold on to in what should be an unlikely map for them, which I think we can see based on their approach to the drop.
To be fair, they've actually, I mean, they have a lot of rounds for a CT side against Luminosity.
Yeah, they had a great start.
They've got a really respectable amount of rounds. They should be comfortable, even if they lose the rest of this half.
Really? I mean,
I think so. 6 rounds on CT. So, like,
generally speaking, yes. But when the strength of the teams is somewhat unbalanced,
yeah,
you know, then is 6 rounds enough?
Yeah, but
I think they need 10 rounds.
If you want to be a top team, you need to be able to win a Cobblestone from having only 6 CT rounds. Navi can do it with only 4, James. So that's the standard. That's the bar. The bar is set.
Good luck to TSM.
But yeah, no. But that's sort of the standard at the very top level of play, is that you don't need nearly as many CT rounds because it's much more T-sided. So a good Cobblestone is going to be marked by the T strengths as opposed to CT strengths most typically. So that's the indication if you're looking at a good Cobblestone team, is their prowess on the T side. But you can always have a bad CT start. And speaking of
Speaking of words,
Speaking of words, this has been a good anti-defense from Luminosity. The way that they coordinated in onto the B-bomb side there had some information plays going on as well. Pretty nicely done, and that's going to be ranked that without a single loss. So 7-6 into what I think should be the buy now for TSM.
Yes, they have double E codes.
Yeah,
but their buy will be limited. I was going to say something amazing, but it slips my mind. Out of my mind. Oh, never mind. So, the lead now is in the hands of the Brazilian side, who recently watched their teammates reach victory in London at another event. So, congratulations to the Tempo Storm Chats. So again, we have another approach over towards A, but we've got fast plays over towards B, and SEMPHIS has been lost already. The spray down at the trade will be important. Fallen will get traded right back, and we've got the CT streaming into the side, but FNS is far behind at the moment. We've still got 2 players in the drop zone, so it seems that Luminosity have perhaps realised that it is a vulnerable spot. But FNS has finally come in from the back, 2-man spray down, and then this round should be over. Cold has the bomb though, and he has over a minute on the clock here, so there's a lot he can do. TSM, I'm sure they're excited right now, but they need to calm down and figure out formation. Again, they don't know where the bomb is at the moment. I doubt the scope can be heard from Twistzz' position, who is the nearest man to Cold. So the question is, how long do TSM hold formation here? I mean, in a 3 versus 1, I think it's better they stick together, no matter what. And if Cold plants A, then you rotate A together and play the trade game. But you can see autimatic now is creeping over to the A site on his own. And Cold is still biding his time. So the more he waits, the weaker the CT setup gets. Because now he's got 3 1v1s. 20 seconds remaining. And I do wonder if he's starting to move, so we will see. Automatic's a bit far away now. And he's slowly creeping over to the site. And he will get taken down by Twistzz. So I mean, what are your thoughts there? 3 versus 1, what do you do as a CT?
Well, I mean, this can be such an awkward map in that spot, because if the T's have any number of nades left, it can kill so much time, and it depends on what kind of choke points you can attack the bomb site from, to be honest, as to whether you want to stack and go for retakes or play the stack and save.
In less than 20 words, what would you do as CT there?
I'd probably stack and save, depending on the economy. And if they obviously
stack and save.
Yeah, like
in a 3 versus 1.
Sorry,
the CT.
Sorry, okay.
Let's say, boys.
You're confusing me.
He's planted on A.
I'm super confused.
Okay, never mind. Let's just move on.
Please.
Okay, back on the buy for both sides, AWPs, etc. Got a fast pace towards the B-box site again from LG. But now things are getting a bit puggy, which is, I don't know how SEMPHIS likes to play things. 3 at the moment. FNS finds the right angles there. So Luminosity have gone from 0 to 100. Kind of more of a rush style, I think. I mean, there's an argument to take drop, but they're just trying to charge their way onto the site. But I do think that plays, generally speaking, it plays into the strengths of North American Counter-Strike, which is mayhem, basically.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, well, the thing is that there's going to be lots of little reads that they'll have, specific matchups, because they know the region so well. But Fallen's able to find the sneaky frag there, and that's going to open things up a little bit. But you have SEMPHIS on the angle too, towards that bomb site, looking to deny. Nice little snap there from Finesse, very good timing. Now Fallen's got to get it done here. We saw 4K earlier from him. He needs to get 3 now, and he has 2 already. Just SEMPHIS left, and there is some time to work with. Is he going to go towards the other side? Oh, he has to have heard SEMPHIS there. He knows now he can get straight into the A site and get the plant guaranteed. So this is awful for SEMPHIS, because SEMPHIS can't rush immediately, because Fallen could be holding an angle just for a few seconds, because he's got so much time to work with. So now SEMPHIS, he has no choice but to give up the plant and to allow Fallen some time to position, which really puts SEMPHIS in a bit of a hard spot. But let's see if he can pull it out of the bag here. It is SEMPHIS after all, but it was also Fallen. So here we go, the 2 AWP Titans for their respective teams. Let's see if Brazilians can get it done here. Quick back there, and goes for the no-scope. Fallen looking to get it done here. Over the top, SEMPHIS, there it is! No-scope from over the top, on the roof, on the shingles, into the defuse, and wow! TSM will actually win the CT side. That's pretty impressive that they've gotten so many rounds. Now, this is really nice because, perhaps some of their strengths on the CT side of this map, and the way that things worked out with the timing of which rounds they won, they've ended up with 8 rounds here. So that's going to give them this opportunity that maybe if their T side is weak on this map or weaker, that they have a really good possibility now to close the map out. So this just got really interesting, because now Luminosity, a team that was setting the pace, could play rounds out as they wanted to on the T side. Now they're at the beck and call of TSM and how they decide to set the pace of these rounds.
Yeah, I think Luminosity perhaps made it a bit easy for TSM on their CT side, where they just kind of tried to rush the B-bomb site. I mean, by all means, get people into the drop, but beyond that, it did cost him a few rounds, I think. So, 5 Kevlars for the Luminosity side. I am starting to wonder, actually, how useful a defuse kit is on average in a pistol round. I guess it differs map by map, but anyway, that's another conversation. SEMPHIS moving into the drop. He has been heard by the CTs. You can see Taco there, so the Luminosity side know what's up. Problem is, Cold is the only man on the site itself. Is the chicken coop going to be checked, though? I think the bomb's being planted here, and Cold is not announcing his position just yet. And indeed, he did, and he was taken down. So the bomb's going to get planted 5 versus 3 now for the Luminosity side. The flank is taken down. So this is pretty serious, Dan.
Are TSM actually going to be able to pick something up here? This would be massive if they could start off with a good economy. Okay, here we go, falling in there. Another frag for him. That's 2 already, still 2 more to go as that bomb ticks away. And as you mentioned, there is no kit at the moment for Fallen, so he'll go for it and he'll get taken down. And this is really bad news here for Luminosity, starting off with a poor economy.
It was interesting because they heard the players moving into the drop zone, but they didn't have any information, obviously, over towards T main, i.e. the all way to B. So they weren't sure if it was going to be a split or not, hence no rotation. And then they were put in a really bad spot, unfortunately.
We do have the force buy though. But, oh no, it's actually more of a quasi Luminosity. A couple players going all the way, and the rest just going Beagle only. So they'll have the ability to have some economy on that 4th round buy, and potentially get an AWP out for Fallen. He'll probably go for the next one. Oh, unfortunate there for FNX. That really looked like it would be the kill, but instead it's just going to be almost everyone from TSM very, very wounded. But they're looking like they're getting into the bot side here. Quick spray down for the trade there, coming in from Twistzz. And now things are looking better and better for TSM. They should be good here. But look at the health, actually. It's kind of ridiculous. It's quite unfortunate. There's nothing really Fallen can do in this spot. And he's probably just thinking of saving his deagle. Because, of course, the players on the server do not know how much damage they do to each other. They can't see it like you can in matchmaking.
The interesting thing is that the longer the Ts don't plant the bomb for, because they're looking for Fallen, the more likely he is to try and do some damage here. And he could literally 1-league at least 3 of these 4 players, maybe even automatically if he gets close enough.
Yeah. The only problem is he just does not have that knowledge. But one of the cool things, you know, as a discussion point, you mentioned the argument for having a kit on the pistol round. I think there are some maps for me. One thing that I think is very cool is when a team decides to play a retake strategy, and what they do is one player buys a kit in the smoke, and that player is essentially going to. It's like you set up a retake smoke. So basically, you put a smoke on the bomb, and it's really good on bomb sites. Like Cash is a really good example on the A site. The reason is because when you get a plant on that bomb site, it's very often that the Ts are going to go to positions where you have to go very deep to force a peek from them, like all the way into A main or something like that. But if you smoke the bomb and then tap it, and you've got a kit, for example, you force those players out immediately. So that one retake smoke has a huge impact. It's like a reverse Molotov in that way. It's like, pulls all the players in instead of, sending them out of a position. It pulls them into your position. And so I think there's an argument for that.
It's like an Archon toilet, but a CT toilet.
The CT toilet. Yeah. No, yeah, and I think there's, I think a lot of teams don't really experiment with that too much anymore at the moment. There was, it was a while where people were focusing on that a lot on Cash, but then I think Existence kind of showed the way there actually for a while on Cash with when he was in Titan, but then it fell out of fashion again. The kind of retake smokes, but on the pistol round actually. But let's see if we can get a clean round out of here. TSM, sorry. It's looking quite good so far. To be honest, there shouldn't be anything in this position, and TSM look to have claimed an 11th round, but will they lose the buddy? There you go, for sneaky position, and he will remove Finesse. A little bit of damage here. They could really use some more, and there it is, nicely done. For getting 2 frags out of the Deagle, that's a pretty big deal. I wonder now if FNX will be able to get anything with the USP from drop. Surely not. Guess not. Okay, so 11 rounds for TSM. Is this where it ends? Is this where it ends? How do you think that T side is going to go, James? I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily that they're all that known for having a large degree of consistency.
Well, their T, I expect it's going to be better than their hold of the drop zone. So the thing is, well, my question is, what pace will they set? Will they set a fast pace or a slow pace? You saw Luminosity move to a fast pace, trying to bum rush to be bomb site, and that just simply did not work out for him. So I'm curious as to, I think maybe TSM will be overly cautious and play it super slow. Obviously, it is, I'm guessing it's a pick of Luminosity. I'll check in a second. So I do wonder what kind of executes TSM had. In fact, I'm going to quickly check the entire.
Well, the auto sniper will be an interesting addition here. I don't know. It's kind of funny to see Fallen just going straight for the auto sniper. Now, guess what? To see how that actually pays off for the team. There's many times when we see a very anticlimactic buy. It's like, oh, the auto sniper's out for some reason.
One kill traded.
And it can be difficult to use it, especially if there's another AWPer on the other team. But Fallen knows what he's doing. Be ready to spam through the smokes, which is a great strength of the auto sniper. And it can be in many cases a lot better to deal with a rush than an AWP, just due to the fact that you get so many shots. That with an AWP, every time you fire a shot off, there's a reload period, and that's time when the Ts can push and gain more positioning. With an auto sniper, you have to kind of deal with the auto sniper, get suppressing fire in there, or kind of just remove them somehow from that angle forcibly, as reload is not an issue. But here you go, looks like they're going to go into the auto sniper of Fallen. What is he going to get from this? Here they are all charging now down into the plateau, into the bomb site. There is one frag from Fallen, gets traded immediately by autimatic. Two more players, FNS and autimatic, still alive, still trying to get the bomb planted. And here comes the rotation from Luminosity. They are trying to be swift here, and there is lots of time because the bomb's only just going down now.
Bomb has been planted.
For coming in from the back while Colds just waits outside the door for his teammate to run distraction. We'll see if they can get a synchronized push coming in. Well, no synchronization there. Cold stuck behind those hot flames. And now he has got two to find. He does not have a kit. Maybe there's one on the floor somewhere. But if there isn't, then it... two angles at the same time. He's not going to do it. This... I would be happy to see TSM take the first map because I want to see Luminosity play Dust 2 when their backs are against the wall. Because we've seen them play it recently where they're 1-0 up. They haven't had the strongest of opposition. So... you could say they've played a more careless style than they might otherwise do. A bit more aggressive, maybe overly aggressive. I don't know. But should TSM be able to do this? I mean, it looked like Fallen was all in with that auto sniper, and I do wish we could drill stats like how many times is an auto sniper bought, gets 1 kill and traded, versus 2-3 kills. What is the minimum kills you want?
Cost effectiveness, basically.
Yeah.
It's so expensive, $5,500. It's super expensive. So for you to only have it on 1 round, that's a massive loss, actually.
If it's if it's well, yes, unless it's very that's going to get into mad nerving down. But now kind of is the time. The CTs are on pistols. Yeah, we're looking at 13-7 in favour of the North American side, who could have gone for a more open plant, looking at the map control they have of the entire A site and every facet of it. So small things. So Fez picked up a little booty. He is going to make his escape. We'll see if the other two can salvage anything from this round. Luminosity going to be sweating Bullistan if they lose this match. So TSM, they vetoed Inferno for Luminosity to pick Cobblestone. Luminosity vetoed Cash.
Terrorists win.
I hope Cash doesn't become a permaban for Luminosity, actually, because I would like to see them play it in the future.
Well, the main problem in this series for Luminosity if they lose this map is that Dust 2 is next, and Dust 2 is super winnable for TSM. I mean, in theory, I would say, on LAN, Luminosity is going to be overall against a much wider field of teams from all different types of regions and so on. A better or more consistent team and so on and so forth. But Dust 2 can always go any which way, especially in more of a domestic matchup. And TSM have a great style of play for Dust 2, so they can really send you into the spiral downward spiral when it comes to economy and with their aggression. It can be very hard sometimes and frustrating to play against. So very much looking forward to that. And but you know, I'm hoping for Luminosity's sake that it's not make or break by the time they get to Dust 2. But that's how it's looking right now. TSM are playing quite well, and Luminosity just not bringing their A game at the moment. Seemingly, we will see what they can do with that A game.
If there's one map you have to pick that you don't want to play a SEMPHIS team on, it's probably going to be Dust 2. But not out of this yet, despite being 6 rounds down. Luminosity still have opportunities. So we've got 3 TSM players over towards long A. What is the actual play here? You can pop flash the next section from this position. But I do wonder if they are just playing for picks and trades, basically. But Luminosity moving away from the long area now, while TSM continues to bide their time. So there's 40 seconds on the clock. They're still very early into A long, and the bomb is over towards the B bomb site. So I wonder what is coming here from TSM, because the bomb's just kind of posturing around the drop and might be the last one to rotate. So it seems it's going to be just a 5-man push into the A bomb site, but still they have no significant map control, and there are almost 20 seconds left. So this is like Navi on crackdown. It's going to work out. So not great flashbangs, and the round is now over because the bomb is miles away from the site and they don't have time to retrieve it and go back to the site.
Yeah, nicely done with that's the GG right there. Luminosity will claim this round, and TSM's remaining players will scramble not to die after time, and SEMPHIS, he's just gonna, seemingly walk into the CT.
He's trying to get through a fence stand.
Where else are they gonna be?
He wants greener pastures there.
That's super weird by SEMPHIS.
He's running from Homeland Security.
After time and everything, you know.
I think this just tells us that the TSM map pool is not yet as developed as they might like it to be.
No, of course.
Because I feel like they're playing it by ear, essentially.
Oh, it's super weird by SEMPHIS. But they still have a massive buy, so it won't affect them immediately. And if they're able to win the round, then there you go. And there's a double AWP setup for Luminosity. I don't think they've showed that previously. We've all seen what Cold can do with an AWP, so this is quite scary indeed. He is going to be by the chicken coop there with that sniper rifle as TSM are starting to gear up for the push here. The assault onto that B bomb site. FNS looking for those initial entries potentially. Oh, nice flash in there. FNS will execute Taco. When's Cold going to come in with this fortified chicken? There is the first frag though. FNS is going to turn just in the nick of time there to take down Cold and destabilize the defense there, but in comes the rotating players, and it's looking pretty decent here overall for the Luminosity side, but they must win this round, and the boost onto tree is the play. Oh no, the reload coming in. Oh my goodness, autimatic able to take down Fallen. Somehow FNX is still alive, but he is the last man standing for Luminosity right now against Sick in the one-on-one, and he's going to get eliminated. Sick knows what to do, and that is going to be around another round closed by TSM. Luminosity, what is happening right now?
Going back to the round before that, just quickly, the kind of that is what I actually expected or was worried I would see from TSM, where they just literally played too slow when they have a good advantage, but somehow they made that one work out for them. Nice flashes as they moved into the site, and that has broken Luminosity a fair bit. We've got the M4, 2 M4s, 2 CZs, and a Scout onto Fallen, who has no armor, so very difficult times for Luminosity here. This would be a very shock 2-0, which is entirely possible the way things are going right now.
Yeah, it's pretty big because not many teams are going to be able to claim a victory against Luminosity, so if you're going to be one of the teams to do that in the league, obviously that's going to affect the standings very positively for your team. And one thing to note is the way in which TSM won that previous round. That tells you, it just tells you a lot about where TSM is in their Cobblestone. Basically, they just all kind of shuffled up into the plateau. FNS is close. They pop flashed it for FNS. He jumps out, makes the first kill in the most obvious position, and then they all just attack the site. There's not really much in the way of nades or like some supreme coordination or some amazing strategy. It's just let's try and find a way where we can get everybody to have aim battles, and that's what they did, and they won the round.
Well, 50 seconds now, and TSM, are they going to play another slow game? They've got the bomb moving into connector, actually, and it goes down straight away, but picked up by the trade fraggers. So that's going to be a full rotation for the CTs, or all that's left of them over towards the A sites. This winning the duel with Fallen. So one of the M4s is down at the moment for the CTs. Now there's 2. Oh, that is great work there by Taco. Very patient play, nice bursting, and it's left to FNS versus 3. Flank coming in, the CZ, first, not enough damage there. He can just hold the angle now.
Terrorists win.
Bermuda Triangle for FNS, and he will sink off the radar for his team, never to be found again. And TSM, so they've gone for 2 slow rounds. They've just tried to kind of rush with no strategical takes of map controls prior, and it hasn't worked out for them. And now their money is falling to pieces here. So if they have the same fate in this round, then Luminosity could have a great chance to catch up to TSM. So they must be careful. Obviously, it's quite clear that this is a struggle for them, but the struggle is almost over, as they say, Dan.
Put to sleep, perhaps, but there's Gold with the first kill. Bomb is down on the side, and it's a bit chaotic right now, but again, TSM, they seem to be getting the edges when it's just up to these raw aim battles. They are really coming out on top, and the bomb should be able to get planted now. Although from the angle, there's no smoke grenades to cover the plant, so they're going to have to get it behind the statue, but they do have a good awareness of where both CTs are coming from. Fluff the flash, but it won't matter too much in this instance. So Luminosity trying to save the day with pushing drop. 2 players, Fallen and Fer, hand in hand. Finesse and Autimatic just waiting on the plateau. Sneaky in. Could be very, very successful here for them, because would you expect there to be 2 players in this position? There's the first frag. Fer looking to the chicken coop, so short, and look at this. Finesse, he must make this frag here. Coming in the back there, the flank is going to work. He's falling out enough time here. He has a kit, so he should be just about fine with this defuse indeed. So Luminosity will be hanging on another round, but the money is going to definitely suck. They lost 4 players.
Yeah, so TSM just went for a rush B, basically, and again, it was basically the same as last round, but faster. Didn't work out for them, and now they're going to find themselves in a situation where, well, okay, I thought it was going to be a little bit of a buy. I mean, it seems to be a mess. FNS, Twistzz, and SICK have left themselves with around 2K in the bank. SEMPHIS, who's your preferred team, has spent all his money, basically, and an autimatic has gone in for their full force as well. So that's a bit strange. I mean, a 4-round lead is not the biggest one. So we'll see what they are left with in the following round. They're going to charge up towards the A site this time. And there's a crossfire here for the CTs. Cole takes down 2. Actually, the smoke is in, which is going to cause a problem for the CTs. Down to 3 versus 3. 2 M4s picked up by the TSM side. So maybe this half-force buy will work out for them in the end. That's a perfect flash there from Twistzz. Going to slow down the push of Luminosity as the bomb tries to get into the bomb site. Has to go around the APC. So tricky times. Falling down to the Mag 7. And he is going to be the man to go down there to Twistzz. He has a very nice angle. FNS still a bit far away, looking for a flank from the back. Tacio's not sure where he's getting shot from. So this is the break that TSM needed now. FNX versus 2. And FNS is rotating all the way back around again. So it's going to be hard for FNX. FNX and FNS, it's hard to commentate this. Twistzz is hiding behind the planks there. Seems FNX has a read as to where he might be, but with a silence M4, he does not have as many bullets as he might like. Trade situation is set up here, and he just can't kill either player. Could pistol both now, but he has no kit, so he has to make a run for it. TSM to 15 rounds.
Yeah, very good attempt there from FNX. FNX seemed to have a good read on Finesse's positions, which was very smart, and obviously showing his experience there. But it's not going to be enough this time around. 15 to 10, TSM moved to map point or game point. Let's see if they're able to take it over the line in this one and bring themselves onto advantage into Dust 2. That is an interesting scenario, to say the least. And to hold on, it's Luminosity with a very weird buy. They've got only 1 rifle, a Mag 7, and then 3 pistols. This is definitely a little bit scary. There's no AWP here for TSM, so they're perhaps going to... I would expect them to go with a bit of a faster pace in this round due to that fact. And I like that SICK is sort of actually on more or less by himself, trying to basically get done what he can by again on the lonesome. It's very good to have a player that's specialized in that, because there is a lot of kind of specializing you can do. On the plat, there's a lot of edges you can gain by, forcing multiple players to waste grenades on you with pressure. You can find information. If you have good aim, you can win an aim battle if someone tries to jump in. If you learn the pop flash timings, you can try to avoid those and punish aggression and so on and so forth. There's a lot of work you can do there. As again, it was innovated originally by Olofmeister on Fnatic, most famously, I'd say. And TSM now showing their hand. They're starting to move towards the A site. This is it. Can they close it?
Toxic on the lurk, gets taken down. But look at the rotation, instant rotation from Luminosity. They seem to know already what the TSM play is. Put somebody towards drop, and they're all rotating in towards the A bomb site. They've made the right read there, but can they get the frags? That's the question. We've got Fallen playing on the site with a Mag 7. And that's a good trade set up here for the CTs in CT spawn / balcony. Tacio coming in for the flank as well. And oh, what a snap! That's absurd, that kill there. So Luminosity lose one player in that round there. They had nothing. They were fighting with shoes there. Fighting with dusty shoes with holes in, newspaper covering the holes.
And now they've actually managed, because of that, to pick up a lot of weapons and have a really, really sizable buy. And TSM on the eco, this is not looking good here now for TSM. Obviously, in the immediacy of everything, it doesn't look good. Of course, they'll have a buy eventually, but I suppose in the grand scheme of things, they're going to have to win buy versus buy. And they're probably going to go to the B push again, because that B rush has been very successful. And the rounds that they haven't won, I think in 2 of them, I think they've won more than they've lost, and in 2 of them, it was like a 1 versus 1 at the end, and another one with 2 players on the side. So, see what they can get done in this one. Not much in the way of expectations. You can see just a hail of bullets there from Luminosity, and that will finish off the assailants from TSM. And now it's game time. We've got AKs in play, but not much in the way of grenades. Would definitely expect the B play absolutely from TSM. Probably their best bet, to be honest, considering the success they've had.
Well, 3 rounds between these 2 sides. Fallen going back to collect some more nades. And TSM seems to be switching between fast pace towards B. They're all stacked up. Oh dear, this could be bad. Look at the rotation for Luminosity. They've got a massive flank over towards the A site, and they've almost got 4 people towards B. I think Fallen's just going to check the underpass just in case, but once he realizes that's completely clear, surely he knows that the push is coming in towards the B bomb site, and indeed it is starting to charge. Can he get it back there in time? The flank starting to speed up now. Cole with the first frag gets traded by FNS. Now we've got the Luminosity side on the right side of the smokes. That's interesting that Sick went so deep with that. It makes it easier for the CT to spray him down, actually. And Fer is already in position. Now the TSM players have got nowhere to hide here. Coming in for a tree boost, but abandoned as FNX spots it. Down to 3 versus 3 now. FNS staying alive. The trades coming in for both teams. And it is Fallen versus FNS. FNS on 9 HP here. Fallen's got time as well. Gonna fake the bomb. He did make a step there and instantly tried to bait FNS out. Imagine if it was a hero hold here. And FNS could do this. No, he's not gonna do it. Didn't have enough HP. Like, Luminosity with just the perfect timing there. Super fast push through A long. Instantly find out nobody's over towards A. Get all the men over towards B. And then hold by the skin of their teeth there.
Yeah, and TSM can just keep... I think they should just keep going for these B plays. The fact that they keep getting to 1-on-1s or 1v2s or similar situations just encourages that they should just keep doing it. I mean, they know that they have some success there. They're getting themselves into spots where they can use their advantages. So it's one of those things where eventually it's going to work, and they only need it to work 2 times. They have gotten the bomb down every single time, and if they are able to do that in this round, then they can buy up again next round. So, but anyway, they looks like they want to go for an A push instead, or just at least clear out these opening spaces quickly. And they still have the option to double back, but they're just going to pile in here. They're just going straight off the back of that first kill, straight into the bomb site. Bird's in a great position here. He's going to catch 1 player for free. And where's the response here? They're just laying into them. Finally now. There is cover, but you can see that push on A long was so fast here. The rest of the teammates from TSM couldn't catch up to punish in time, and now that's going to level the advantage. So 2 versus 2. Now a 2 versus 1 in favor of the TSM side. Finesse there with the tap at the end. Finesse will get it done for the TSM side, and it looked very scary there for TSM at the end, but they managed to finally close the map, and what an amount of relief it must be for them, knowing that they have a real chance to beat Luminosity now on this series. If it has to come down to train, I don't think that's a good bet, but because it's going to be coming down to Dust too, that's a different story entirely. I'm
actually quite happy that TSM took that over the line, because if they hadn't, I think that's the closest they could have expected to ever come at this point to beating Luminosity on Cobblestone. So I think it's a good boost for them. But to be honest, while it's good for them in terms of mental boost and all that kind of stuff, they basically had no strats on the T side. And
really, yeah.
So you have to credit it to all the great start they had on the CT side, basically. And they managed to eke out a few more rounds towards the end of the first half as well. But again, winning the pistol, breaking the buy of Luminosity, put them in a great position going into the second half.
Yeah, they're just relying on their basics so heavily as a team with their coordination, trying to make sure they can play for trades, just get a pot flash with the peak, nothing too complicated. It's nice to see that they understand the limitations there and they did their best. And as you say, due to that strong CT side, which that's Luminosity's bad, because Luminosity should have had a way better T side and they didn't. And now it's going to come down to Dust 2, which is scary, very scary for Luminosity.
I think Luminosity were over. They made adjustments on their T side, and I think they were over aggressive in the sense that, again, you know, I don't think they really had a great opportunity based on how they played to find out how TSM were playing the drop zone. But they just started charging the B bomb site, and that's where they started failing because that's what TSM want. That's what SEMPHIS thrives on. He's like Ares or something, you know, god of scrims. so that kind of style plays into the strengths of the North American side. So. A bit of a shock defeat for Luminosity on the first map here. And again, going into Dust 2, it's going to be very dangerous waters indeed. We'll see if Luminosity get eaten alive after the break.